We're going to start reading headlines. And what I'm going to do is read right away the actual headline. And then in some cases, we'll click on it and get more details. But Beirut in Lebanon, the streets are empty after an attack from Israel. It looks like last night, it looked like they were reporting on Iran attacking, or the night before, Israel a second time. Trump returns to the site of assassination attempt in Pennsylvania. One cop, when they were taking me away and kidnapping me for 9 days, asked me in kind of a forceful way, the black guy did, what do you think about the Trump assassination? I was trying to talk about my issue, what I was dealing with. But he wanted to know, I already made videos about it. And whatever is going to happen is a false flag. And it fits the narrative for it to be blamed on an immigrant. And then for the reaction of the people to be turned on immigrants, or even people that look like immigrants. The worst case scenarios are coming because people are easily mind controlled. Netanyahu denounces Macron over calls to stop arms delivering to Israel. All right. There is a Venezuela gang in the United States. You've heard about this nonstop. They are here locally attacking women. They are, I don't know if they're like sleeper agents. I suspect and wonder if they're just going to be loading into America for the day that the signal goes out, and they could be aware of what the plan is, kidnap women en masse, like a roundup type deal. They could be aware of it now, or maybe they're going to get the plans later, or they know what the plan is, right? It's not like they know they already have experience with human trafficking. So now it's going to go to the next level. And imagine if there's like kingpins that are working with aspects of like the system. Now that there's crazy energy in the air, looking around at gangsterish Latino men, everybody's a suspect. Maybe even me. I was at the grocery store. I'm attracted to a lesbian because she's my people. She's Celtic, but she's scared. But I tried to bring her to the channel. I go through the line. I'm trying to be less of a robot. And I buy my water, my alkaline water that you see me drink here over here. It's not cheap, but it's good for me. And I basically tell the older white woman that the Venezuela gang is here. And I have to repeat myself many, many times for her to hear me. And I say it loud enough for the lesbian to hear me. So she understands I'm not. If anything, a lesbian should like a good man because they're hurt by bad men. So a lesbian should like a good man. I don't know of any lesbians in my audience that have respect for me. Of the lesbians that I've known in the past, no respect, no love. I received an email from an ex, and I'm looking inside my heart if I should talk to her. I would hug you in my arms, Patricia, if you were here, but you're not. But you've changed, and I don't trust you. Okay? But if you were here, I would kiss you and I would hold you. But you're not. You want to get on a plane? You got all kinds of money, lady. Make the big bucks, and I've got nothing. So, even thinking that I would be spending what little resource to come to Portland, a horrible place. No. Honey, you think you're superior with all that money. You need to listen very carefully, okay, to what I'm saying. I'm not living a life of freedom anymore. World War III is coming. I have been told that I'll be put in the jail if I megaphone or solicit. And so I'm doing what I'm doing around town, and I'm telling them that they're funding both sides so that people get it. I have 2 books, and if you have money and you like me, there is no reason why you should not right now be buying this for $15. If you have money, if you have a house, and you're talking to me, and you flip your bean to me, and you put a dildo in your pussy thinking about me, but you don't believe that my words matter, fuck you and your dildo. Why can't you get off on me being a smart dude? None of you have my books. None of you. That's crazy. And yet for what it costs to get a book, you just fill your car up. Why do you hate books? So let's talk about this. You want the World War III report? Get on. Boy, I say, boy, you leave your audience alone. You just tell them the news. Okay, satellite images show how much power Hurricane Helen knocked out across the United States. Seriously? That's just another one. I don't want to even go through this, man. I just want to rock out. For those about to rock, we salute you. Jewish community is on high alert in the wake of wars, holidays, and hate crimes. Right. But which Jewish person out there is okay with me being their friend? Right. There's hate crimes. You're hated. Well, guess what? Jewish lives matter. Can you say Afghan lives matter? Oh, you don't believe it? Well, shit. Why are you just talking about anti-Semitism? Crazy. What is an ICBM? How interesting. So people are so retarded, they have to break it down. What is ICBM? They know OnlyFans, but do the women that know what OnlyFans is know that when the ICBMs, you will get on your knees and you will suck more cocks than you want to. And you will be sucking on that sperm for sustenance because there will be no food for you in some of these cities. That's all some women are going to be eating in the end days. So that's not enough sustenance. That's torture. Then they're going to bring up the cannibalism, maybe get a little bit of flesh. Women were born into hell and they don't even know what's coming, meaning their psychic gifts right now in the present day are not activated. I know of no psychic women that are accurately predicting the downfall of women. 9/11 was an inside job. The Chinese invasion. It's always like hoop, 5D, like floating in the sky and shit. Have you ever noticed that? Now, do you know of any psychic women that have written books that talk about the future and not just love and light like dimensions, like being real about the harsh things that happen to women and not being up in the clouds? Do you know of any? Do you know of any men? I would love to watch some new channels. All I do is just see my own videos and I see the news. I don't have like a mentor or a female or a male person or a role model to listen to. Okay. There are some people that put out good content, right? Like a certain person here. I have his tab open, but I feel guilty watching his videos because he's an asshole. He seems so nice and likable when he's vanduoing and shit. So loving, so spiritual. But yet when you actually talk to these people, it's a different personality than the show. I'm the same guy all the time. And I tell them that. And I tell men, I'm very prana, I'm masculine. Just because I'm a little boy to you doesn't mean that you're going to dominate me like we're in the prison. Don't get behind me like that. Don't get behind me like that. Know what I mean? We need masculinity. And I do not see men respecting my intelligence. I see a bunch of feminized men who just talk shit about women. What I do is talk shit about feminized men in my audience watching me this second, who hate me punching the bag, who can't stand to see somebody hit that bag. Motherfuckers, what's wrong with you? Seriously, your world is ending. They are coming for the women. You think it's bad? You're not prepared for World War III. That's the craziest thing about it. And you're not even trying to get prepared. Did you teach your wife self-defense? What did you teach her? You didn't. Interesting. The woman that I talked to today, she knows self-defense. She was like this. It's talking about fighting a gang of men. The woman that I talked to today was going like this, talking about fighting men and shit. I'm like, damn, are you single? I'm joking. She's like 70. But like, I want her to message me and tell me like, well, what, do you know Kung Fu? Do you know any techniques? We got to pass this shit on. So, okay, so what is an ICBM? That's in the news. There are some Chinese people that were arrested in Taiwan for yelling and shit. China's artificial sun. Okay. There's constantly news about China's artificial sun. I've never really looked into it per se. Right. But the sun, what I tell you about the sun can cause aggression and spirituality. Well, what would an artificial sun do? Would an artificial sun be a spiritual thing? Or could an artificial sun be weaponized against the United States to turn us mad? We're going to be attacked with weapons of the mind, is what I'm telling you. I've always seen this. And it is happening now. Women aren't loving. Women right now could be attacked by mind weapons from China to hate us good men. Really hard to tell. We have to really go back in the tape. And I'll tell you, I'm not happy with Pat Benatar saying, hit me with your best shot. What do you mean by that? Answer the question, bitch. Who told you to say that? You really get off on getting punched? God, you're just skanks, whatever century we look at. Hit me with your best shot. Get the fuck out of here. What is wrong with a good man who doesn't hit you? Sergei Lavrov calls for the return of Afghanistan's assets and lifting of sanctions. All right. So I'm just giving you headlines here. And then we'll go from the Start app to another app. Biden issues warning about election violence. There are people after the election here that drove to the Walmart and said, fuck your president. Trump pledges to rename Army base after Confederate general. I got the feeling that they weren't from town, that they had profiled this area as black and Latino. So they drove around as white folks going, fuck your president. That's what happened. Ukraine, what the oh, shit. Amazing T-800 cosplay. Cosplay is like role-playing. Basically, and I know I look rough like a homeless person, but listen. No amount of suit and tie, shaved face, perfume will make me attractive to women. I'm not more attractive by shaving my face and being clean and wearing press shirts and washing things. I'm not more attractive. Ukraine strikes 3 command posts with Storm Shadow missiles. I actually am to some, but to a lot of people I'm not. So I want to avoid the time-consuming aspect of just like clicking on links and showing you them and just reading it. Okay. However, in this case, I think you can also be bombarded with imagery, and you just need to focus on not the violence, but what I'm saying. Okay. Now, this is going to be a regular thing for us to cover World War III news, and I knew this was coming for a long, long time now. And it is my interest to grow this channel. Now, what got my attention was when this, is it a human? It's an AI. The woman headbutted the camera. Did she headbutt the camera? Was that a headbutt? That was kind of aggressive there. That was kind of a aggressive.
Don't say please, I don't say thank you. I just do what I want. And if you want to get with me, you better have what I want. I don't say please, I don't say thank you. I just do what I want. And if you want to get with me, you better.
This is encouraging men to rape women. That's what that is. That's control. That was a call to action to rape women. You women out there that are not hip to that, you're real slow. You shit talkers, you pieces of shit whores that are hating me for being right. I told you they're setting you up to be trafficked, slut. And you won't email me. You say, good job, bro. I hate a lot of what you say, but you do care. Okay. I consider you guys human traffickers yourself because you're trafficking your own ass to giants. So you're already part of that program. Accidental Warrior in the UK, the list of the whores and the conspiracy movement just go on and on and on. There's nothing to glamorize about fellatio of demon scum. That's not something you want to brag about. And I should email Patricia and be like, all right, I'm not happy with you fucking a soldier, but fuck, I did it too. And we both were fucked over for it. You don't ever do that shit. It's one thing if they're like trying to save the world or something, but like murdering Afghanis and Iraqis, no bueno, bro. You'll never get remorse. Would you like me if I went to an old white country and started killing white people and came back with like their skulls around? I'm a hero. No, you wouldn't like that. You would be offended. So why don't you say Afghan lives matter? You know why. And you think that I should give you all the information about surviving World War III if you don't believe that my life matters? Why is that? No, if you don't believe that Afghan lives matter, why are you listening to World War III news from a nigga? If you think I'm a subhuman piece of shit and you hate me hitting the heavy bag, why are you watching this channel? So let's get back to the news. You will be scolded every 5 minutes for being a little boy. You want to tell me you're a real man? You encourage me to have confidence and you say kind things to me. You don't attack me. You don't encourage people to attack me. And that's all I see when I look at my audience is attack, attack, attack. Largest solar flare in 7 years erupts towards Earth. Stay calm, though. We've seen these articles a lot, have we not? Russian hackers shut down by Department of Justice and Microsoft. Okay, Cyber Armageddon. That's the headline from 1 day ago. Venezuela gang local attacked a woman and robbed her. We'll look at the details in a minute. Over 20 soldiers, including North Korean officers, eliminated near Donetsk. Eliminated? Murdered? Murdered. Russian occupied territory. So there's stuff that's kind of popping off all over, basically. See, how many years has it been since I've had like an actual male friend out of my audience that was decent? See, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, 6 year, 7 year, 8 year. What do you think's wrong with guys with penises that watch my channel? What do you think is their main issue other than being arrogant and being entitled and white privilege? White privilege or privilege, you're not called a terrorist, so you have privilege. Women will like you and they won't be threatened by you and they won't call you ISIS. White privilege, white privilege. And black privilege is also like it, in which you can find other black people like you to procreate with and be with. Black privilege, black privilege. Patricia caught me with a dirty tape once and I was so embarrassed. It was the brothers with the white woman. And I was so ashamed of myself because I knew that was evil and racist. Please forgive me. I would never think anything positive about you, Patricia, if you did those things. But if you were here with me now and you were prepping with me now and you said sorry, I will say sorry and I will kiss you and hold you and take back it. Maybe more. No more. No more. Just hold you. And you'll cry and tell me what they did to you. And you'll give me his name. It's just that simple. But you got to earn it. I can't get in trouble just because, have you seen Heat with Burt Reynolds? Watch that. And then watch John Travolta, I Am Wrath, and then message me and understand that when I think about coming to Portland, I think about kicking in doors. I think about kicking in doors and screaming through megaphones where they pretend to murder women in pornography in Portland. And go up and down Portland, just scream, but I need a team of a few people. We got to do this, man. World War III is coming and you people are so at risk of all types of gangs coming up from LA to snatch your ass and sell you and put you in a shipping container. They put this rape shit in comic books, folks. And you're not even asking me the name of the website where it is. How can you be white and not care? How do you do that? Explain it to me. I need to know this so that we help white people, so that we can save them from you. I need to know this. How are you a white person who doesn't take white genocide seriously enough when it's a brown person doing the yelling? Now, everything I've ever told you from day one about saving the world and fighting evil was also about fighting white genocide, but also other forms of genocide too. So I always was your man. I just didn't come out physically attractive. And you need to stop the gaslighting and just admit it. We are programmed to see you as ugly. Now you need to admit it. When people call me a soft little runt on YouTube, they're admitting they're discriminating against me. So you can't flip the script and shit. When people call me a sand nigger and things of that nature, it hurts and it stays with me forever. To the point where I have to have people monitor comments. We can't have comments on anymore because when the women choose to comment, they're abusive. And all the fuckers that came from coast to coast are nutters, are cruel. So stay away from coast to coast. Stay away from coast to coast listeners. Stay away from George Norrie. Stay away from that whole crowd. And I bet they have never criticized anything that women have done that's evil. They worship evil women over at Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie. They worship evil women, but they do have decent shows from some women. Now, why would you see, for example, a little retarded white girl who's who's 11, who's like this in a wheelchair, and she's smiling, and she's smart and stuff. This isn't a sexual thing. She's smiling like a good little girl, and she's smiling because she likes God. Why should she like God next to the old person who's about to die? Because the pretty girl is humbled. The pretty girl is not fit. The pretty girl is not having a bunch of ding-dongs around her, spraying that ass. She's suffering. And she's in a wheelchair. And she's crying. No, she's smiling. She's crying, but she's smiling. Because she has to be spiritual, man. She has nothing, man. She's in a fucking wheelchair. Because somebody hurt her. She has no choice but to be better than you women who watch me. She has no choice but to try to be spiritual and to call out to God and to be authentic when she says she's calling out to God, not making shit up. To get your lips around a man of God's cock, gobble, 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 to take that sperm, swallow it, and take it up to the reptoid hybrid spacecraft that spawned your ass and told your ass to come up to Portland to cause chaos to the godly children, to take our homes, to take our jobs. And you people that came up from California into Portland, you are soulless. And the thing is, I remember seeing angry white man California YouTubers with their white privilege calling for an asteroid to destroy California. That would kill a lot of white people. You knew that, right? No, you knew that, right? That sounds like white genocide. I have come to the conclusion that there are Nazis that hate white women, that don't want me to promote self-defense to women. I have documentation that I'm called nothing for trying to stop rape of women. You see, and so when I'm dead and we listen to all these tapes and all these recordings and all these attacks, it's pretty clear there's an agenda to cause people to fear me, to cause people to hate me. And he influenced, when he attacked me a few months ago, half my people to leave my members area. That's power. That's mind control. That's the thing. You know, the thing. The archons, the demons. When people like go nuts after they film a UFO encounter in California, maybe something happened. I know something happened that day. And they see you filming and they take your ass. And they go, oh, you're looking at that dude? You're now our boy. Are you ready to become a guy with 20,000 views per video? Attack that guy. 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 You'll have 10,000 more views, 20,000 more. You will be a YouTube god. The owl goes. I just made $1,000 this month. The owl goes. Did I ever tell you that I have a photographic memory? Maybe some of you have forgotten your emails to me. Repenting's a beautiful thing. It's good for the soul, saying, I'm sorry for what I did to you. I'm sorry. I was just too mad. It was too California. I'm sorry. People today can wipe their butt and in some cases pick up the shit from their pets, but they don't pick up their own shit. They still shit on me and they don't say sorry. So that's the number one thing about society that you need to know that makes us different than our own people in the past. This modern society has such an egomaniac problem that it never apologizes. I apologize to you a fucking buttload. And you don't respect me for it. The only way that you can respect me is for me to violently shout and scream and throw shit. Right now, I can do a Vipassana or a video and there'll be no likes. But you don't like me punching the back. But you like the screaming and shit. Banging, screaming. But I focus and I punch the bat and you don't like that. Hey, you know what? Enjoy World War III, kid.